Sunday night, July 28th, 2019. First and foremost, the stalling issue that I was having with the Jeep last week. Yesterday morning, I drove back to OK Four-Wheel Drive so they could review the auxiliary gas tank install and check for any problems. Well, on my way there, it started throwing codes like crazy. I got P0369 and P0365. So when I got to OK Four-Wheel Drive, I told them about the code, and they looked into it and found that there was a broken wire for one of the cam sensors on the wiring harness. So that is a problem right there, and it's very likely the cause of the stalling. I'm at my parents' house tonight, and the Jeep is at OK. It's going to get fixed up tomorrow morning, and I'm going to head on over there tomorrow. Once I get the Jeep back and everything's A-OK, I am going to start traveling to Nova Scotia. So I'm taking advantage of this time at my parents' house to research campsites, routes, and 14 hours? Are you serious? I'm taking a close look at freecampsites.net for the Nova Scotia area to kind of get a feel for what my camping options are for when I get into the area. You have to really look at the ratings and the reviews for these things. Some are obviously bad options, like we have a Home Depot parking lot, we have Walmart parking lot, and even though you can have a positive experience in those places, I don't like it. A high traffic parking lot doesn't feel safe to me. So let's take a look at Cliff's Landing, for instance. Alright, this comment says they ran into other people camping there. There's a couple pictures. We have a sign, and it looks like a spur, a boat ramp type of thing. Boat ramps are a mixed experience. Very often there's not any signs that say no camping, but that does not mean that it's okay. So, again, this is something you have to go with your gut. So I'm going to keep looking. Although none of these are really standing out to me, there are a lot of options all across Nova Scotia. That makes me more comfortable and more confident that I will be able to find some decent places to spend the night. I'm going to take a look at the iOverlander app and see what I can find using that. I'm using the iOverlander app more and more as time goes on, because as the app matures, more people are using it, and more people are submitting content. So here you have all of these icons popping up. The ones with the moons over the tent, those are primitive wilderness sites, and they're usually pretty desirable. So this is the type of thing that I'm looking for. So honestly, the results on iOverlander for Nova Scotia look a lot more promising than the ones on freecampsites.net. This is cool. Nice place near the beach with fire pit, not far for the highway, but no traffic. View 3 photos. Oh wow. So this is great. Between freecampsites.net and iOverlander, I have plenty of options. I don't have a specific destination picked out yet, but I'll look it over in bed tonight. For now, I'm just going to focus on getting the Jeep back and making sure that everything's in working order. It's Monday morning and I'm off to OK Four-Wheel Drive to see to the Jeep. I just got a text message from Steve in the shop and he said she's all squared away. I just picked up a case of beer for the guys because they've been awesome with the auxiliary gas tank install and now this issue with the cam sensor, so I hope they enjoy it. I parted ways with my mom and dad this morning and I'm gonna miss them, but my mom gave me a pie. Thanks, Mom.
sir?
Good, good. I need you to fill it up, but there's a thing. Please take it slow and keep a close eye on it just in case there's splashback.
Okay.
In New Jersey, all the gas stations are full service. Since the filler neck is new to me, I'm just being really careful with it, keeping a close eye on it.
You have a good one.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Alright, that went perfectly smoothly. My factory tank is full.
Have a good day.
Awesome, thank you. Auxiliary tank is full. We're running smoothly. We're happy. We're very, very happy.
Use the right 2 lanes to take the US 22 East ramp, then keep left at the fork. Keep left at the fork.
Alright, I'm leaving the gas station and I am stalling again. This is something else. This is not the cam sensor. It's only when both gas tanks, the auxiliary and the factory tank, are completely full. I'm not far from okay, that's why I fueled up now, so I'm gonna turn around.
Where's that line going? Up to the filler net, the factory line that goes up the filler. Yeah, it's the port gas. Are you open that system? I dumped it. Okay.
It's Monday night. I just left OK Four-Wheel Drive and I'm driving back to my parents' house. We haven't figured it out yet, but we are kicking around some theories. Now I want to start by saying that I have a decent amount of mechanical ability, enough to limp a Jeep off a trail, but this issue that I'm having with the stalling and the fuel tank modifications, it's not something that I can speak intelligently about, so I'm not going to try. The issue is, every time I fill both fuel tanks to the top, the Jeep starts stalling and hesitating almost immediately. And then as I put on miles, the stalling subsides and it feels normal again. Right now, I'm postponing Nova Scotia at least one more day, driving back to my parents' house, which will put some miles on the Jeep. We'll be able to tell if it throws any codes, and they'll be able to get a more accurate reading with the scan tool. So it's a little bit frustrating, but this is just something that happens, especially when you make a modification, working out the bugs. I'm just gonna have to roll with it. I love the sound of nature in eastern Pennsylvania during the summer. The crickets bring back some fond childhood memories. But after dinner tonight, I did some Googling to try to figure out more about the stalling issue I'm having. And I found this post on Wrangler Forum. It's titled, "Stalling After Full Tank of Fuel." One user suggests that it could be the rollover valve, which is a valve on top of the factory fuel tank. This is designed to shut off the fuel supply in the event of a rollover, if I'm understanding correctly. Like I said, I do not know much about this stuff. Another user suggests that it could be fuel in the evap canister. And I'll admit, when I first took the Jeep to the gas station with the new auxiliary tank installed, I accidentally overfilled and it came spilling out. The guys checked today and they did find a little bit of fuel in the breather hose to the evap canister. So that's a strong contender for the problem. All I can do tonight is get a good night's sleep, take the Jeep back to OK Four-Wheel Drive in the morning, and let the guys do what they can with it. Nova Scotia.
Hi, what can we get started for you?
Hi, Venti Mocha.
And what else?
That'll do.
All right, 525, we'll see you at the window.
Thank you. Tuesday morning, and after I get my coffee here, I'm going back to OK Four-Wheel Drive, and we're gonna give it another shot. So you can see the Jeep's idling just fine right now. Hesitation, stalling?
No. We'll take it a little bit further. We'll go past the store.
Okay.
Look around.
The places that I've had issues, by this time we'd be at a red light, or I'd be at a red light or something, and I'd stop to idle and it just shut off on me. So, it's not doing that yet. Man.
Because you said it would have stalled by now. Or
Yeah.
hesitated.
It would have hesitated, stalled. The first fill up, I barely got out of the Sheetz parking lot. I just coasted right back into the gas station.
Okay.
Dead power. And the second fill up, it stalled right away, but it wasn't as dramatic. I got on the road and kept going.
Gotcha.
So it was an improvement, but I figured that while they're in there working on my Jeep, I'd use this opportunity to take another look at OK Four-Wheel Drive's Toyota Tacoma. Now, I already featured this truck in about 4 different videos, so I just want to go over the changes that they made since I drove it across the country last year. This is in fact the exact same truck, it just has new graphics and an entirely different camper on it now. Before, it used to have the Alucab Kayak camper, which is a slide-in bed camper, and it's already outfitted with all the amenities that you specify. But this is Alucab's Canopy camper, and this is more like a bed cap. The sleeping platform and the pop-up is the same as the Kayak camper, but this mounts to the bed rails, and then it's more of a do-it-yourself system, and you can add whatever you want to the bed of your truck. I sort of like this better, because it gives you the creativity to tailor the bed of your truck to your own needs, and it's lighter weight, and since it's not boxed on the bottom, it gives you more real estate to work with, so you essentially have more space on the inside. They outfitted this one with a goose gear cabinet system, and it's really very nice, very comfortable. I like it. I wouldn't mind driving it across the country again.
Actually, let's run it a little bit more. We'll go to the right.
Okay. Should we top off? I'm going to anyway. It's probably only going to be a few bucks.
Sure.
It's Tuesday night, July 30th, and I popped the camper outside of OK Four-Wheel Drive. Earlier today, Chris and I took the Jeep to the gas station, and we fueled it up. We kept an eye on it to make sure everything was okay. And after that, it wasn't stalling or hesitating. Everything seemed fine. But then I went on an extended test drive, about a 30-mile loop, and it started hesitating and stalling again. So I went back to OK Four-Wheel Drive. I was frustrated, so I left it to the guys and went to Taco Bell. When I got back from Taco Bell, Steve said that he discovered fuel in the evap line, the evap canister, and also in the leak detection pump, which is a little white plastic box that's attached to the evap canister. So he emptied the canister and ordered a new leak detection pump from Napa. They installed that tonight. I took it on another test drive and everything seemed to be okay. So that's where we're at right now. That fuel in the evap system looks very much like it is absolutely the problem. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take it on another test drive, come back to the shop, confirm that everything is routed correctly, and see if the guys think it's okay. And with their blessing, I'm going to keep traveling north, keeping my fingers crossed.
Morning.
Filled up regular?
Sure. Cash?
Credit. It wasn't long ago that I filled up the tank, so it only took $3 of gas. Alright, this is my Wednesday morning test. Keep your fingers crossed.
There's something so dude about taking it apart and figuring out what's inside. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm at a coffee shop called the Stone Bean in Clinton, New Jersey. When I was out west in Colorado driving OK Four-Wheel Drive's Tacoma up Engineer Pass, I ran into a couple in a two-door Jeep Wrangler, and that was Ray and Nicole, the owners of this coffee shop, the Stone Bean. So ever since I met them, we've kept in touch, and I've been making it a point to come here to their coffee shop. Finally got a chance to do so, and it's really beautiful in charming Clinton, New Jersey. Beautiful small town.
All looks good, buddy.
Good, thank you.
All looks good.
The Wednesday morning test drive was a success. No more issues. So I brought it back to OK so Steve could scan it one more time and take a look at the hoses, the routing, make sure everything was okay. And he gave me the blessing to keep going. We seem to be in a really good place. The core issue was that the evap system became saturated with gas. And what I think happened was, when I initially filled it up, from empty tanks, there was a lot of air in the system, and it caused it to pressurize, and the fuel came up through the factory tank into the evap canister and just went up the breather hose and into a soda can filter. I'm not sure what its technical name is. But after that, it compromised the system, and I had the stalling. So I'm going to take it slow from here on out, keep a close eye on it, but as far as we know, everything is tip-top.
Press 2 to be removed and put on our do not call list. Press 1 to speak with someone about possibly extending or reinstating your car's warranty. Again, press 1 to speak with a warranty specialist.
Alright, I've been driving north for 6 hours. I am west of Boston in Massachusetts, and my gas light, my factory gas light, just came on at about 300 miles. So my auxiliary tank is still full. Right now I'm going to turn on the pump and just keep going. Bangor, Maine. I'm out of gas and made it 571 miles without stopping for fuel. That is pretty cool. Although I was really pushing it to get to Bangor because my fuel light was on for about 40 miles, so just in time. I spent the night at a designated camping area along the Machias River. Cole and I were just here around 2 weeks ago, but we were a little bit further upstream. This is east of Bangor, and after an 11-hour drive last night, perfect place to settle in for the evening. Got a great night's sleep. I'm gonna break camp and keep heading toward Nova Scotia. It's about another 3 hours of driving, which isn't so bad. I'm exploring Burnt Coat Head Park on the northern shore of Nova Scotia, Canada. Just got here and I thought I'd stretch my legs a little bit.
Okay.
That is unreal. This is beautiful. It feels good to be out here discovering new places again. It was my goal to get up here to Nova Scotia at the beginning of the week, and that didn't go quite according to plan, but it's Thursday night, I got here, so that's a win. What an absolutely epic camping spot on the northern shore of Nova Scotia. I got lucky with this one because I did a lot of driving today and I was just like, oh, I hope I find something. Well, when I got here, it was already occupied by Ethan and Logan, two guys traveling in their Mitsubishi Delica from New Zealand. And we just sat around the campfire for a few minutes, got to talking, and they were polite enough to let me share the site with them. I was about to go somewhere else, so thank you, Ethan and Logan. This is a great way to wrap up the week.
Oh, we're off.
Alright, yep, we are totally off. This is Ethan and this is Logan. These guys are from New Zealand and they're traveling in this Mitsubishi Delica. What inspired you to start traveling?
It was just a good time in my life. I'd just finished my apprenticeship, becoming a mechanic, and it was just a really good time to travel.
Okay.
So we started in Canada in May 2018, the end of May. We done 3 months. We drove to Alaska and then back down. And then we both got jobs, worked for 9 months, and yeah, here we are now.
So tomorrow we're actually heading to Workaway, which is like you go and work for a local at the place you're at for food and accommodation.
Okay.
So you work around 4 to 5 hours a day, 5 days on, 2 days off sort of roster.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be sort of doing a little bit of farming and just helping out around the house.
Or what do you do when you're not traveling?
I'm a mechanic, so like an auto mechanic.
Auto mechanic?
Yeah, I'm a mechanic as well.
Okay.
And we both worked our trade back in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you foresee an end to your travels? Head back to New Zealand at some point, or are you just going to keep going?
Looking around October.
Yeah.
Probably flying home. So we've got 2 weeks at a work away, and then we're going to do the Cabot Trail around Cape Breton Island.
Okay.
And then head to Newfoundland and Labrador.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Maybe we'll cross paths again.
We might.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
All right. Well, thank you very much for letting me share this spot.
No
problem at all,
This is
Chris.
awesome.
It's a beautiful
It's good
spot,
talking to you.
Likewise. I saw Ethan and Logan cooking potatoes over their campfire earlier, so really this is just embarrassing. I finally did make it to Nova Scotia, and the week ended awesomely. At a beautiful campsite on the North Shore with new friends around a campfire. Doesn't get much better than that. Next week, I expect to be back in the swing of things, exploring and seeking out adventure. So until then, thank you as always, and I'll catch up with you next Friday.